All right, folks, let's talk about one of the sneakiest villains in the world of health, pancreatic cancer. This disease is a true master of disguise, often flying under the radar until it's already got a strong grip. But here's the thing, when the world settles down at night, your body might start sending quiet distress signals. These aren't loud, obvious warnings, they're more like whispers in the dark, small, unsettling signs that something's not quite right. They might wake you up, linger in the background, and leave you wondering if there's more going on beneath the surface. Pancreatic cancer affects a significant number of people in the United States each year. Based on the most recent estimates from the American Cancer Society, approximately 66,440 new cases of pancreatic cancer are expected to be diagnosed in 2025. This number reflects a steady rise over time, as earlier estimates, like 56,770 cases in 2019, show the disease's growing impact. It's a tough one to pin down early, which is why these figures keep climbing, and it's now the 10th most common cancer diagnosed in the U.S. Based on the latest findings, we've uncovered 9 nighttime clues that could point to this elusive disease. Make sure to stay till the end because the last one may surprise you. Number 1 is abdominal pain worsening at night. This symptom is a sneaky one because it's tied to both the tumor's physical presence and how your body reacts to position changes. The pancreas sits deep in your upper abdomen, behind the stomach, and stretches toward your back. If a tumor grows there, whether in the head, body, or tail of the pancreas, it can start pressing on nearby structures. This might include nerves, like the celiac plexus, a network of nerves in the abdomen, the stomach, the duodenum, or even the spine. During the day when you're upright and moving, gravity and activity might shift things slightly or distract you from the discomfort. But when you lie down at night, everything settles differently. The tumor's pressure on those nerves or organs can intensify because lying flat changes the angle and reduces the space between these structures. The pain's often described as a dull ache rather than sharp because it's not usually from sudden injury, but from constant pressure or inflammation. It might radiate to your back, sometimes feeling like a band around your midsection. Since the pancreas is so close to the spine and retroperitoneal area, the space behind the abdominal cavity, nighttime can make it worse because you're still, there's no distraction, and your body's natural pain signals might feel amplified in the quiet. For example, if the tumor's in the head of the pancreas, it could press on the bile duct or duodenum, adding to the ache. If it's in the tail, it might lean more toward back pain. Lying on your back could increase the pressure directly, while side lying might twist things just enough to irritate a nerve. Some folks find temporary relief by curling up in a fetal position, which can take a bit of weight off the area. Another clue, it's pancreas-related. It's not just mechanical either. Pancreatic cancer can trigger inflammation or release substances that sensitize nerves, making the pain feel more persistent or pronounced at night when your body's winding down. If it's waking someone up or keeping them from sleeping, that's a red flag. It's not just routine indigestion. The second symptom is night sweat. This one's unsettling because it can turn a normal night's sleep into a drenched, restless mess, and it's tied to some complex processes going on inside. Night sweats mean excessive sweating that happens while you're asleep, enough to soak your pajamas, sheets, or even force you to change bedding. With pancreatic cancer, this isn't just about being too warm under the covers. It's often a sign the body's reacting to something serious under the hood. 2 big culprits stand out: inflammation and metabolic shifts. First, inflammation. Pancreatic tumors can stir up a storm of cytokines, small proteins the immune system pumps out when it's fighting something, like cancer. These cytokines, like interleukin-6 or tumor necrosis factor, can mess with your body's thermostat, which is regulated by the hypothalamus in your brain. Normally, it keeps your temperature steady, but these inflammatory signals can trick it into thinking you're overheating. The result? Your body kicks into cooling mode, sweating buckets, even when you're lying still in a cool room. At night, this gets amplified because your body's circadian rhythm naturally dips your temperature, and the contrast with these signals can make the sweating more dramatic. Second, metabolic changes. Pancreatic cancer can throw your metabolism into chaos. The pancreas helps regulate blood sugar and digestion through enzymes and hormones like insulin and glucagon. A tumor can disrupt that, leading to energy imbalances, sometimes mimicking a fever-like state or causing the body to burn through fuel inefficiently. Cancer cells themselves are greedy, gobbling up glucose and churning out waste products, which can rev up your metabolism in a way that generates heat. Nighttimes when this might hit harder, because your body's trying to rest, but the cancer's keeping the engine running hot. It's not just a little clamminess either. People describe waking up feeling like they've run a marathon, drenched, sometimes chilled after the sweat evaporates, and exhausted. It might pair with other clues like weight loss or fever, since those tie into the same metabolic and inflammatory chaos. In pancreatic cancer, this isn't uncommon in later stages, but it can show up earlier if the tumor's aggressive or triggering a strong immune response. The third symptom is unexplained fatigue keeping you awake. It sounds contradictory at first. You're so tired you can barely function, yet that exhaustion somehow stops you from sleeping. With pancreatic cancer, this fatigue isn't just feeling worn out after a long day, it's a profound, bone-deep weariness that can mess with your sleep in a way that's hard to shake off. Here's how it ties back to the pancreas and what's going on. The pancreas is a multitasking powerhouse. It produces digestive enzymes to break down food in your gut and hormones like insulin to manage blood sugar. When cancer hits, it can throw both of those jobs into disarray. First, digestion takes a hit. Tumors can block the release of enzymes like lipase, amylase, and protease, which help you process fats, carbs, and proteins. Without them, food doesn't break down properly. You might get bloating, diarrhea, or greasy stools, but more importantly, your body doesn't extract the nutrients it needs. Starved of fuel, your energy tanks. It's like running a car on fumes. You're moving, but barely. Then there's the blood sugar angle. If the tumor damages insulin-producing cells, glucose can swing out of control. Too high, like diabetes, or less commonly, too low. Either way, your cells don't get the steady energy they crave. At night, this can leave you feeling jittery or weak instead of rested, disrupting that calm descent into sleep. But it's not just about nutrients. Pancreatic cancer can spark systemic effects, like inflammation or a revved-up metabolism, similar to what we talked about with night sweats. Your body's fighting the tumor, pumping out cytokines that signal stress and fatigue, almost like it's on high alert. This can create a paradox. You're exhausted, but your system's too keyed up to let you doze off. It's not the good tired that pulls you into a deep sleep. It's a restless, unrelenting drain. At night, this fatigue might keep you awake because it's paired with discomfort. Maybe that abdominal ache we discussed, or nausea, or just a vague sense something's off. Sleep patterns fray. You might doze fitfully, but wake feeling unrefreshed, like you never really shut down. People sometimes describe it as tired but wired, a cruel mix of depletion and agitation. If you are finding this video helpful, please like and subscribe to continue getting the most up-to-date information. Number 4 is that jaundice symptoms are more noticeable in low light. This is an intriguing one because it ties together biology, lighting, and perception in a way that can really catch your attention with pancreatic cancer. Jaundice is that telltale yellowing of the skin, eyes, or mucous membranes, like the inside of your mouth. It happens when bilirubin, a yellow pigment from broken down red blood cells, builds up in your body instead of being processed and flushed out. Normally, the liver handles bilirubin, sending it through the bile duct into the intestines. But in pancreatic cancer, a tumor, especially in the head of the pancreas, can squeeze or block that bile duct. When bile can't flow, bilirubin backs up into the bloodstream and starts staining tissues yellow. Now, why does this stand out at night under artificial light? It's partly about contrast and how we perceive color. During the day, natural sunlight is bright and broad spectrum, washing over everything with a mix of wavelengths. It can soften or mask subtle yellow tones in your skin, blending them into a more normal look unless the jaundice is severe. But at night, under artificial lights like LEDs or incandescents, the spectrum's narrower. These lights often lean warm, yellow-orange, or cool, blue-white, and that shift can amplify the yellow hue of jaundice against your skin tone. It's like how a makeup artist uses lighting to highlight flaws. Low light strips away the camouflage of daylight. The eyes are a big giveaway too. The sclera, the white part, doesn't have much pigment to hide behind, so even a little bilirubin makes them look sickly yellow. In dim light, when your pupils dilate and you glance in a mirror, say during a late-night bathroom trip, that yellow can pop, especially under a bathroom bulb. Family or friends might notice it too, since night times when you're still face-to-face without the distractions of day, this isn't just cosmetic. The blockage causing jaundice can also itch from bile salts under the skin, or darken your urine, tying into other symptoms we've covered. In pancreatic cancer, it's often an early-ish red flag, more common with tumors in the pancreas's head than the tail, because that's where the bile duct runs closest. It's not subtle once it progresses, but in dim light, even mild jaundice might catch your eye sooner than in the bustle of daytime. The pancreatic cancer is a silent adversary, often slipping through the cracks until it's advanced, which is why recognizing these nighttime symptoms is so crucial. While these signs don't always mean cancer, they do signal that something isn't right, and it's always better to be proactive when it comes to your health. There are still 5 more nighttime signs to discuss, so don't miss part 2. Your body has ways of communicating when something is off, even in the quiet hours of the night, so paying attention to these subtle warnings could be life-saving. If you've been experiencing persistent symptoms like these, don't ignore them. Speak with a healthcare professional and push for answers. Early detection can make a difference, and knowledge is your best defense. Even small symptoms, when combined, can tell a bigger story, so trust your instincts and advocate advocate for your well-being. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and most importantly, take care of yourself. And remember, don't miss part 2. Make sure to watch till the end because the last one might surprise you. See you over in that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.